Oh lordy, oh lordy. We already messed up. What up, YouTube? How is it going? Welcome to Thursday stream, because Wednesday I got home at like 7:30 p.m. I also arrived extremely late today, but I was like, there's no shot we're missing another stream. So we moved it by half an hour, but I'm here. I am here. What up? How is it going? Welcome everyone. First of all, thank you for all the love on the first stream back when Chisgule was fighting, Redline was fighting. The thing is still going in the background. Hello, can you please, desktop audio, be nice to us? Why are you still playing? You shouldn't be. Technical difficulties, it happens. Anyway, yeah, amazing background. Thank you. It's just Rise of Kingdoms. That's all it is. So here's the thing. Today's stream is main subject, and most of what it's going to revolve around, of course, is Rise of Kingdoms, because that's what we're playing. But in the world of Rise of Kingdoms, what we're going to focus on today is content creation, and more specifically, how we got here today. How am I able to do this? What's happening around in content in Rise of Kingdoms? Who more like up-and-comers or people that are making some sort of waves or made waves or planted roots in this community. So there is plenty of that to go over. But first, let me scooch real quick and make sure we're in game, because there is no point in you guys looking at my thing in here. I didn't even know I had a thing in here. I literally just see it now on camera. Oh boy. Anyway. Get some music in the background. Get into Rise of Kingdoms. I just pulled my troops. Don't get mad that I'm not training. We got RoK to do. We'll talk about these things, show a couple things, get our plan set up. There are things happening behind the scenes. 556, you guys probably watching. I don't know what. I don't open mails and stuff like that anymore, but I'm assuming that everything is already very well known in all the Rise of Kingdoms drama world, the Rise of Kingdoms Facebook group. I literally don't go to those places. So things are happening in the background, kind of interesting. I still need to figure out what on earth I am doing, okay? Because I'm still here, but I'm not here, but I am here. But like, it's a matter of figuring out what's next, okay? I haven't even gotten there. First and foremost, though, quick music, because we need it. I need it. I think that it's important. Desktop audio. You don't want to crank up too high, and you unprepared Gekko as always. I don't think this man's ever been prepared. Like, I don't understand why is it so difficult to prepare for a stream before the stream. Although I do that, but anyway. We always start with the same mix, you know? I think let's just take the 2022 mix. See what they got for us today. What's been the bangers of 2022. Chat, let me know if the audio is okay, because I'm still getting used to these new controls. So just let me know that things are not wildly loud or too quiet. I also don't know what on earth happened to the chat here. So that's interesting. Oh, I'm on the wrong scene. That's why. That makes a lot more sense. Now we're where we should be. Cool. Am I going to 254? No. That I know for sure. That's one person that doesn't need to be there. Enough creators, enough big personalities. They need actual committed players to the cause of the kingdom who are gonna be there 100% guaranteed. They're a professional kingdom. I don't fit there. I do not fit there, good sir. It's not that I'm not a professional. It's that in order to get into any kingdom, in my opinion, you have to earn that entrance per se. If I wasn't in 556, I don't think 556 would have taken me either. And I don't think 556 has taken me either. Yet. I haven't even talked to anyone, right? I'm just here, existing. And they're kind enough to just be like, oh, Gekko's here. For now. Everybody's been super kind. But I don't know. 254 are looking for the elite. What up, Baba? Oh man, this chat shouldn't be there. That's why I can't see anything. Chat was supposed to be here. Now I can see. Gekko stays with Baba, I hope. Same. We've been talking about this for a while. Every time we talk about playing together, first time it happens, you come to JWM, a week after you show up, JWM just implodes. That was kind of fun. You know of RoK PC version? I do. I have not had the time even to bother with it yet. It's weekend finally, so I'll download it today, tomorrow, Saturday, somewhere along the way. I'll download it. But I haven't had time to mess with it. Hello, this is Sean Jensen. How are you? How have you been, old friend? I'm good. How about you? Hot glazed donut now. I see ya. Did I see 556 Kingdom Mail? I am in 556, yes. I am. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know, based on the things that are happening in this kingdom, if I am in this kingdom. I need to speak with leadership, with one of the leaders, with someone, be like, hey, can I? Again, thankfully, either way, by the way, for the record, right? Either way, in case you guys are thinking anything, there are not that many options, okay? The only hope to get rid of me is one and one only, right? No. That is enough to get me out of here. And I'll spend the little bit I need to leave, okay? But either way, if you want me gone, you will have to help. I have no way to leave. Or zero me, which I guess that's a thing to do too, technically. Please don't do that. But that is an option, in theory. What are we listening to? What up, Chelsea? How are ya? PC version's pretty good. For fight, more control. Yeah, I saw that you can make presets, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, stuff like that, and then things are so much easier. It becomes freaking like playing League of Legends. It's just, or not League of Legends, because League of Legends is more mouse, like StarCraft at the time. Yeah, pot glazed donut. Exactly. So chat, we've been live for about 12 minutes. What we will usually do, I haven't put a timer because I don't think it's that necessary, but I will, I guess, in the future, so you guys know relative to whatever time it is now when we're gonna start. But in about, usually the first half an hour, I'll chill with you guys. It's you guys and me, nothing prepared. If you guys have something to say, something to show me, you want to kick a subject, anything you want to do, I'm with you. It's just chatting time. Half an hour in, we'll start what the planned program. Usually on streams will be like that. Usually the first half an hour is just like letting people come in. It's also, by the way, in the context of RoK content, why I started. I was the first one, right, who did the 5-minute timer for a stream, if you remember. I've never ever streamed without a timer in Rise of Kingdoms, ever. I had a bad timer, but never without one. And the reason for that, it's the same reason why we wait the first half an hour. It's because it takes time for people to trickle in who are going to enjoy the rest of the stream. And if we start off the rip, then usually people ask to explain again, or do it again, or are upset that we missed it. So yeah. Am I migrating? I have no idea. Marius, what up? I missed you too. I missed all of you guys. Are you doing Crystal Tech? I mean, no comment. I cannot talk about that right now. That's a good question. As you can see, I have crystals, or I did not have crystals. I obviously did some tech. It makes no sense not to. I have building speedups out the wazoo, and I have research speedups from here till the end of the world for KVKs, for what we need, right? So these don't come for free. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I go for some of these for a dead KVK for me, right? But it pushed. It's like the same thing with the iconic from the shop. It was like, hey, easy. What up, Devil Lord? I've got time tomorrow. If you want to hop on VC, you can catch up. Just hit me up. Sweet. Sure, Titch, I'm down. I'll have some time tomorrow night too. I'm totally down. 556 sent a mail that Baba not quitting anymore. I don't think Baba ever said he was quitting, you know. I think he wrote retired, which everybody thought that he's leaving. But I spoke with Baba. I think people misunderstood it a little bit. Or maybe they didn't. They did. Did I spin Joan? I did. 16 times. I'm slightly debating to spin another 10. Like, at this point, chat, okay? At this point, I pay 7,200 gems for 5 sculptures. I feel like that's worth it. And anything else that comes along the way, it's bonuses, right? So all we need is to hit one of these or one of those or one of those and you're set, right? It's like easy, cheap. So I'm debating whether this is... I haven't unlocked Joan yet. I haven't unlocked Scipio either because I want to buy the legendary bundles. I just can't do it right now. And so... stuff. Once I can, I have tried and I did purchase something already, but my card got blocked, so I need to wait a little bit. Morgan Kubaran, I always struggle to say your name. Kubaran Morgan. How do you say that? K-U-U means something. It's not just Ku. You need to say it differently. Thank you very much for becoming a Leo member once more. You're back. How are you? It's been a while. You see the new Rise Kingdoms updates coming with new formations and all that stuff. That we will talk about later in other times. And today's stream, for the record, is going to be a little bit... I hope you guys enjoy the changes that were slow, the things that we're going to go over, because I know that we are here, everybody is here to see war and for me to move on the screen and do random things that all of you do at the same time, right? But the bottom line, okay, is that there is absolutely nothing this game... Nothing. Ooh. That's nice. There's absolutely nothing I can do right now. The game can do right now to provide us entertainment. Okay, absolutely nothing. I can dump commander sculptures. We can do all these miscellaneous one trick pony. Okay, but the game doesn't have something that'll keep you guys entertained. Okay, that's the bottom line. And so you'll see some different things coming out. I've been working a lot. This is today's stream's notes and things like that. We've been working a lot kind of to start chewing things differently, right? Streams are gonna take time to improve because they require more technical work, and technical work takes time, which I don't have until weekends essentially, and there hasn't been a weekend since last we streamed, right? If I start singing, you'll be entertained. I mean, would you really be entertained if I start singing? Would you? That's the question. Would you? Would that entertain you, right? Like, is that what we've gotten to? Are you serious? All I gotta do here is sit here and do you want to build a snowman? And you'll be happy. Is that what I need to do? That'd be a sight. I mean, I have no issue with public singing. That doesn't... look at how many personal mails I have, for crying out loud. I don't... that's a death trap right there. Death trap. That's leaking something and getting kicked out of the kingdom type of thing. 100%. Oh my goodness, Goku. Of course. 254 crew. Voice of an angel. I think start playing Clash of Clans again. Still hold in top 10 in Play Store. You know what? Clash of Clans is one of those games that I've never understood. Never. It requires so much understanding of this troop goes this way and you need to put your walls in a certain configuration for the turrets to save and protect. Too much headache. Member for 3 months, following for 3 years. Still can't express how happy I am. Part of you guys. I'm back. Part of your amazing journey. Titch, you've been here through thick and thin. I'm kind of honestly still shocked that you're even here still. Like that you showed up again. I just literally disappeared. The head mod, even though that doesn't mean much because there aren't that many mods yet and we're a small community, but never say never, right? Anyway, thank you very much, Titch, for being a 3-month member. I tried to gift you a membership and apparently you can't gift someone memberships. You can just dump a few to the community. Neo, welcome back as well. How are you? Been a while with you too. Clash of Clans is a top tier. I know it's top tier. I know a lot of the big content creators. I've had the opportunity to do a couple things with Chief. What's it called? He's called Chief Pat, right? And Klaus Gaming and Gekko and Clash and what's his face? Clash Bash and like the Clash community, RoK, the Clash content creation community. I've met a good chunk of them. Worked with them on projects real life too. Just over 4 years, Lilith should offer bots for auto task daily like Rise of King, like Lords Mobile offers. Does it? Does Lords Mobile now offer auto task daily bots? Like, does Lord Mobile actually offer it, or is it third-party apps? Glad to have you back. Thank you. Glad to have you back. I'll be a mod for you. Done. Welcome. We'll figure out Discord later. Clash of Clans is so boring. It depends who you ask. I mean, people, that game is insanely successful for a reason. Defense token, you're not wrong. Actually, every other token too. Because today I haven't done it yet. I can put a 24 hour on. Doesn't matter. Every other one of these, I haven't done these today yet. You know, the content creators lie. It literally right off stream wore it to happen. Happy you're finally back. Good to watch again. Thank you. Appreciate the message and enjoy the mod. Thank you for your offering. Mark with a 10-pound super chat. Good to see you back. Appreciate you very much. Actually, that's not a bad emote. I'm down. When is the next Liver Wars? Oh, Lord. I mean, drinking. I think my drinking days on stream have been excessively I've exhausted. I cannot express to you how many times after y'all Liver Wars kindness, how many nights I've slept in places that I shouldn't be sleeping. Cheers. In 10 minutes, Gekko's gone? No. 2 seconds to get a beer. Because why not? If you're under 18, do not drink. If you're going to drive, do not drink. If you're driving right now, then you're fine. You can drink as much as you want. It's fair game. Are you back, Gekko? I would love to see you covering some wars. Talk about it. I think so. It's going to take... Listen. Being back is not as simple, right? Got to build the connections again. Got to get people to participate, to want to be part of it. Different people, different kingdoms. I got to figure out the scene, who's who, what's what, you know? Who the big players are, what they are, what's the status on them. It's catching up with the community, right? I love my tequila. Oh, hell no. Tequila is one thing I do not touch. Where did I go for so long? I didn't go anywhere. I just didn't stream, right? I didn't touch Rise of Kingdoms at all. I just lived a different life. Simple as that. Let me tell you something crazy, right, chat? Crazy. take your mobile device, whichever one it is, or your PC, and turn off and turn off. I wouldn't say uninstall, because then when you reinstall, all your presets are gone and all your chats are gone, and it's really annoying. But just disable the Rise of Kingdoms app for a week and then come back, right? Of course, you're gonna miss a ton of stuff, so you don't see yourself do that. But once you do that, first of all, people are gonna be like, did you die? It's like a week you didn't log in. But life is there, my man. Life is there. The chunk that Rise of Kingdoms takes out of our lives it's part of your routine. It's part of our life at this point, that you don't realize how big of a chunk, how much emptiness there is when it's gone. And when it's gone, that emptiness gets filled with something else. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. That's really kind. I haven't played Rise of Kingdoms in a long time, but your videos are always entertaining. Thank you. Balance is everything. Protect your mental. Exactly. The hardest, you know, it's crazy. The hardest thing, if you've ever gone through a breakup, one of the most difficult things that everybody always tells you is stop messaging them. Like, stop talking to them. Ignore them. They don't exist no more. Like, I ruined the pinned comment, didn't I? I retracted the message, and now I can't unpin it. That is hilarious. Anyway, now Rhony's gone too. Rhony is not gone. Rhony is just living his life. If he shows, you know, actually, all of this ties to today's topic. And today's topic is actually, it's going, I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And I am going to try to condense it down, okay, to a video, which is why maybe I need to figure out when I record, how to record, not record the music, but to record the mic, so that in the recording that I'm doing, it doesn't catch the desktop sound. Let's see if I can figure this out really quickly, because the worst thing about editing VODs later is the audio in the background, because I'm gonna splice the music in the background. It's just terrible business. But stop recording. Settings, please don't kill my stream. It all ties to the same stuff. Output, recording. I don't care that it's an MKV. Audio, global audio devices. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Gonna require a little bit of tinkering until I can make it so that it records my mic talking and not the audio in the background. So I guess you can. I don't want to turn off the music, because that's just not cool for you guys. Oh, we'll figure it out eventually. You've played 6 months now. I can't even see myself playing again. I couldn't either. Maybe after a year, we will see, but I completely understand what Gekko is saying. Yep. Rhony takes systematic breaks. Rhony lives his life, and Rise of Kingdoms is a secondary. Period. It's extremely, extremely, extremely tough to be a content creator. More than anyone ever imagined. What do you do after a breakup? Relationship lasted 5 years. You move on and you don't speak to her ever again. Every time you two speak until you haven't moved on, okay? Every time you hear her name, you see her picture, anytime, at any point where you see her, him, whatever it is, and you're not like, oh, this is the person, right? And you're thinking, breakup, you're not over it yet, okay? And at that point, it's cut and let it heal. Cut it out and let it heal, like everything else. People still play this game, believe it or not. Yeah. We're asking for relationship advice. You never know. It cut and dry. You don't speak, move on. I have a friend who keeps texting his ex, and his ex that keeps texting him, and it's an endless loop for months now. They've been broken up, but they're not. But they are, but they're not, because they keep talking. What made you come back? Missed the community content creating too much, or just got the time to do it again? It's not a matter of got the time. I still don't have the time. Okay, the itch to create content has been there for a bit. It's just sometimes when I see, I just got to the point where I was like, you know, it's that time to scratch the itch. And for me, at least. I don't play for 6 months. But you know, Chris, that's the problem, right? You left. You were in a competitive kingdom where a grind is required. You stopped playing. You came back. And you are retaining the same person you were before. But you aren't. The first thing you need to do is migrate out to a kingdom that you can be as laid back as you want to be. There are kingdoms like that. B kingdoms are not bad kingdoms. Okay? You can enjoy yourself and have a good time with chill fights and not that much hardcoreness in a B kingdom, in a C kingdom, in a D kingdom, in an A kingdom that is more chill. You do not have to be 556, 846, 254, 93. I mean, those are pros, and you don't have to be there to have fun. Listen to Jelly Roll. Sometimes says an epic song. What is Jelly Roll? What did you miss? You didn't miss anything yet. All right. We're on that 31 minute mark. I think we can start, right? So it's not like confetti is going to start flying in the air or something like that, or all of a sudden crazy edit mode is going to happen, right? I do wonder if these homies are still fighting, because having something interesting in the background would be very, 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 very clutch. I can make it interesting on the screen too, but having fights happening in the background or something that keeps you guys eyes glued on the screen and ears listening to me, I think that's not bad. I'm just trying to see where on earth you guys got here already, right? You guys are fighting here. Oh! I was right. I was spot on. Not that it was hard, right? They're just letting this burn at this point. That's a bummer. Shout out to the unnamed. Unnamed. I wonder if this is moo, like the moo I know. Oh, it's JWM moo. I don't think so. It could be. Is it? All white. Lovely. Takes forever to load. Can I get zeroed or what? There's nothing, huh? Nothing interesting. It's GG and RKVK, but oh yeah, I know. I've been watching Red. I just literally looking for anything. I was hoping and praying that there's something left, but so sad. But nothing you can do, man. It is what it is. Look at this. Them pinks too strong. Well, these guys are pink too, so that's not fair. Something interesting, it is not. All right, so I think that that content in Rise of Kingdoms is a subject worth talking about. Okay, and the reason I raised this is because opportunity for content, for creating content, has not in Rise of Kingdoms is very scarce. Okay, and the community is an awesome community of people who watch and support, and I see the same few names in very different streams, and like the community is an awesome community. Okay, there is no complaints. Okay, this is not the whole story here, the whole talk here, the whole, I guess, monologue here is not to critique or negatively accuse or shine a negative light or any negativity towards any creator and or company and or individuals. Okay, this is strictly a conversation on perspective in my view on Rise of Kingdoms content in this from zero to today, from the beginning to now. What we're gonna do is to give you guys a little bit of a background as well, so you know where all the things that happened for content creators behind the scenes. We'll go through time in Rise of Kingdoms in a fast pace and just mention like key moments of things that are going on. Monologue or prologue? That's a good question. I have no idea what the difference is. But anyway, I became a content creator for Rise of Kingdoms the same way I believe the vast majority of the OGs did. And no, Drago is not part of the OGs. Okay, but I'll explain why in a sec. The way it worked was that Rise of Kingdoms had a company, a third-party company, an agency, put out an ad for 20 paid content creators, out of which 10 were selected for a 6-month contract and as a paid content creators, sponsored content creators through this agency. Okay. And it's important to remember that. And in the bottom, the 11 through 20, bottom 10, we're not paid, but we're like supposedly going to get some perks or whatever the heck not, something like that. Okay. And I was selected out of part of the 10. Chisgule was selected out of the 10. I believe Shinchi was selected out of the 10. Rhony was selected out of the 10. And out of the first 10, those are the 4 that today still are active. On top of that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I might forget a few people, there was Spooby. I don't remember if Spooby was sponsored and then lost it, or is Spooby, Stridox, Clash Bashing, Clashing Duke, and Echo Gaming. There's one missing. I don't remember who it is. Okay. When am I doing a crafting stream? When I have something, beginning of next KBK probably. Speaking of Oni, where is he? We'll get to him. Those 10 people went on to become sponsored content creators. Okay. Now, you need to understand that in the mobile space, in the mobile content game world, okay, it is very, very common practice to pay quote unquote creators with in-game items. Swagger was not one of them, Brian. We'll get to him in a second too. And it's a very common thing for content creators to be given these extra things, because at the end of the day, the expectation out of a content creator is to max the commanders, to do the content, to do the things. But the expectation for a creator is not necessarily an expectation that you can meet unless you are a big spender. Okay. And for the beginning of Rise of Kingdoms, as you all might know, the content creators were paid in money very little, okay, very, very, very little, but were compensated very kindly in game, very, very kindly. And so, after, as the community of creators came together, in-game items like speed ups, gems, yes, it's an extremely common practice for creators to get in-game currency. Okay. It's more common for games to be like, here, have 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 gems a month, okay? And do with it as you wish. It's very rare that creators get items, get things at rates and at perspectives that aren't available in-game. That's, for the record, what happened. We're getting there. Now, from there, content is being created. We're getting all these in-game items. We are... Some of us are big, small, are this little fish trying to make a living. Some of them are like a video a week, 2 videos a week for X bucks a month. Easy. I make videos for 6 other games. Easy money. Okay. And those are not here no more. Those are all gone. But the Misty, it's like if you're gonna promote, let's say I promote Stella. Okay? For me to promote Stella, I need to have Stella. Okay? The common practice for marketing would be that Stella Artois, or whoever the heck does this, sends a freaking truck of these to my house. So I always have one. Okay? G Fuel, all your favorite streamers out there. Any sponsorship, what do you think? That it's just money? They give you the stuff to promote. And so in-game currency is what you get to promote the game. Okay? And so the passion of the creators reached a point where a fight happened, a civil war happened in a creator's kingdom, and in a very unethical thing to do, abused his power in order to try to control his own kingdom. And that was the content creator scandal. Now, the things about the content creator scandal that you guys should know, okay, about the past of content in Rise of Kingdoms, was Last Swagger. Why? Because Last Swagger, okay, was not accepted into the creators program. And it got to the point where he used to message Jetblade, the old community manager, daily, weekly, okay? Just asking for the opportunity. Hungry for the opportunity, okay? And in the process of him wanting to get there, he also got in touch with a lot of creators, people, made friendships. And you gotta know that, speaking of experience, eh? What experience? Rhony would never do such thing. Rhony definitely did that, Dan. That was literally it. That's why clashing with Duke had maxed Caesar very early, correct? Correct. So, let's continue. It's not... Rhony didn't do it maliciously, okay? He did it I think, out of the passion for his kingdom, for the things that they were building there, okay? I would call it a crime of passion, not a crime of greed, okay? And so, in the process of Last Swagger trying to get into the creators community, sarcasm, it's hard. Sorry, Dan, sarcasm doesn't translate in text. Anyway, Swagger managed to get information about our contracts. Okay, why am I training T2s for this? Managed to get some information that he shouldn't from a creator that was a child and not understanding the consequences of the things he did. And as a result, Swagger knew, okay, the whole time, everything. And one day, one thing led to another. Those screenshots leak. And when the screenshots leak, two things happen. First of all the community thought all creators are scam. Okay. And secondly, other creators thought that they can add fuel to the fire by coming clean and making a move. Okay. There were two of those. Swagger and Spooby. Spooby, when he noticed that Swagger was like, I am the only one not paid, I'm the only one real, and he was getting attention, Spooby leaked the picture, the things that he shouldn't have leaked, and not maliciously, okay, in an attempt to come clean. And essentially that caused a whole shebang. All of you know what happened. But what you don't know is that, and I'm in no legal obligation, I'm not going to tell you anything that I'm legally contracted not to speak about, because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, which for the record will expire soon, but I'm not going to talk about things that I shouldn't talk. I can tell you, however, that during the content creator drama that happened, Lilith gave us a 48-hour notice. We are terminating your accounts, reimbursing you your money, and that's that. We're talking Chisgule Gaming, Legend Rhony, Shinchi 42, Gekko Gaming. I know the rest. Okay, that's bomb number one for you guys. What ended up happening was that the community manager at the time, Jetblade, he is Israeli, and he and I bonded over that. And he realized that, you know, I keep giving him these marketing tips, ideas, tricks, things like that. And then he entrusted me with leaks. He leaked things to me in accordance with Lilith, and I knew how to use the data to sprinkle some hype. And when the termination thing happened, I explained and spoke on behalf of the creators that Lilith put us in an awkward situation. We did not do anything wrong, and that they need to figure this out, right? Terminating us is not the answer. So they went to the drawing board, and he spoke, and someone here just said Jetblade did such a poor job. The reason there are content creators in Rise of Kingdoms today, the reason you can watch anyone on Rise of Kingdoms today is because Jetblade did his job, okay? Which was to protect us. And 24 hours later, he came back. Drago was not in the picture for any of this. Any of this. You'll know why in a second. At this point in time, I made a case to Jetblade. He needs to go and fix this. And he came back and laid out the new plan, which was, of course, they took our stuff back. Understandably, we agreed to it. The backlash Rhony still gets for being compensated completely assigned to the context, the pay-to-win environment. Now the main content creators have paid 6 figures to Lilith. Gross. Wait. Drago will come into the picture. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about him. Trust me. I wrote enough stuff. And oh my goodness. Where is it? Drago. You see that? Handwriting awful, but he is on the list. Don't worry. But we'll continue going with this. But we need music first. What the freak happened to you? Yeah, keep playing. Okay, so Jetblade comes back to us and goes, listen, guys, you're right. We're taking your stuff back because we gave you a strategic advantage that wasn't good. And the reason it wasn't good, it wasn't because they paid us what they paid us. The reason it was bad is because if you took all they paid us, a whale spending every day could not get certain things that we could. 80 legendary commander sculptures a week. There is no way you can get that number. Today, maybe you can. Then 80 legendary commanders a week was a blasphemy. And that's where everything happened. If they had given us gems only, which is something you can all get as much as you want, all you got to do is buy the gem bundle, then there was nothing wrong. But the reason they gave the bad thing that they did is they gave us things that we could not, that you guys, that the crowd could not get. That was the problem. Okay. And it shifted essentially to what it should have been from the beginning, which is a bigger monetary compensation, which we then used to spend money. And no in-game stuff anymore to spend in-game, which is the offset. The monetary compensation granted was not as insane, okay? I think that at some point I calculated that the bundle we used to get a week was like, I think the equivalent of something like 4 or 5 grand of stuff. or some craziness like that. It was, I believe the math was 6 or 7 grand a month worth of stuff, which is worth of stuff because you can't spend 7 grand a month and get that stuff. Okay, for the record, it was gross. It was gross. It was massive. It was insane. And so we did not get. I do not know if they get paid that anymore. Back then, it wasn't like that. And that's that. That's the wheel started spinning again. Everything was good, kinda. And then came KVKA season 1. Okay, Drago, you were sponsored. No, you took Rhony's sponsorship, right? In theory, right? When he lost his sponsorship, you became sponsored, right, Drago? I'm not wrong about that. I'm not wrong about that. Somewhere along the way, for the record, the creators got a little bit upset. Why? Because Jetblade was leaking things to me. And I never told anyone that it was him. It was between me and him. Okay? So, obviously, the rest of the creators are like... Pfft. Right after Rhony was removed. Yeah, yeah. It's like, when I said you took his, is not exactly you took his. It's like, in that sense. That's how I connected it. So, I think we got sponsored a few months before that. Like not even, no, we got sponsored in 18. The first like back. Okay, so at this point, the creators are mad, right? Because Gekko is leaking things which are clearly not leaks, right? They're sanctioned because nobody's telling him why you're leaking, right? And so, as a result, Jetblade said, all right, well, you guys are masters of marketing, or can do a good job as marketers, according to you, because Gekko proved that he can. You know, I leaked what you guys know as out of leaks of mine, for the record, is 10%, not 10%. 10% is messed up. 30% of the leaks that I got, you guys heard. Okay, I cherry picked and made sure that I don't leak things in differences of time that are too small. I knew of a lot of crazy things that are coming before they came. And for the record, one of my leaks was a mail that was going to come out about the change in migration and cost of passport pages. And at the time, I was given the mail from Jet asking me to post it and ask in the comments for y'all's feedback, because they were debating whether that's something that they should or should not do. And they used the community not knowing that they're giving them feedback through the channel. Okay. So Jetblade said, you know what? Let's do it. I will speak on y'all's behalf again, and you guys are going to get leaks. And what did we get? We got a 10-page Word file with 4 actually important characters on them. KVK1. KVK1 was here. The first time we finally have KVK. Oh my goodness. So much information. 10 pages of information, pictures, descriptions, everything. It is, I can tell you, there were marketers out there looking at that, okay? Endless possibilities of content to do. And then the team said, guys, take this document, come up with a marketing plan, and let's discuss how we disseminate the data. Three hours later, the whole Word document, line by line, picture was flown through in a 40-minute long video. And again, I started by saying that I'm not here to bash, disrespect. This is what happened. This is not to talk bad about anyone, okay? with all due respect, Rhony can build hype, but he's fairly monotone. And to read the document is a monotone thing to do. And he took hours of potential edits and snippets and like the video for more sneak peeks, or hit the like button on Rise of Kingdoms Instagram. On 500 likes we reveal something, on 1,000 likes we reveal another thing, on 1,500 we reveal another thing. We had enough material to get you guys engaged. The man bombed everything. 40-minute long video. The biggest content creator at the time. And at that point, even Lilith lost faith. Because for crying out loud, man. For crying out loud. Obviously, he removed the video. But damage done. We can't hype it anymore. 90% of the video got screenshotted and all over the place. Obviously, we ended up doing it, right? There was a period where every day all of us released the same freaking video with the same information, where essentially everybody was watching Chisgule's video because everybody watches Chisgule, and that's that. Okay? And that was the first years of Rise of Kingdoms. From there on out, things happened on and off screen, including the fact that Drago joined the sponsored team, and and from there it was kind of like smooth sailing, in the sense that the system was working. There were a little things that Lilith tried to do with the creators. Some things worked, some things didn't, and that was that. Okay, that's the basis of Rise of Kingdoms content. The base. Now we got to go into the names a little bit that built this base, which will include obviously Drago up until this point. And there were other creators in the background, but we're going through what created the situation we're in today. For Chisgule, every single star aligned. Okay, he came in as a person who's like, let me give content creation a shot. He built a plan. He knew what he was doing. He prepared ahead of time. I am not going to tell you all the things I know about all the creators, but I can tell you for a fact, not from knowledge, because there are things I know, but I can promise to you, out of knowing the guy, he came in very well prepared. Because he executed to perfection. 20-minute long videos, very well articulated, very engaging, taking raw, stupid, this is this skill, this is that skill, this is this skill. When you click here, you can go here, and this is important because this and that is important. You can watch in 2x, 3x. That's not content. Okay, that's not content. Content is when you take this and you make something out of it. You present it in a way. You don't just read the mail, right? And so Chisgule came in and knocked it out of the park. And from the beginning, picked up the algorithm and cruise control. You can see him just on the rise. And I'll show you some things on screen when later on. Actually, you know what? We can do it for a second. We should do it right now. In case you guys don't know, there's this website called Social Blade. It's kind of a cool website, believe it or not. And Social Blade allows you to see public data, YouTube data, in the sense of all your different creators, all the different things. Okay, this will work. Of all the different channels, people you know, things like that. If you go and do, I'm the Gekko because I was that before. You can see our stream right now, and you can see, hey, our views are up a little bit, and you can see my trajectory. You can see things here all the way back 2 years, just straight down. It is what it is. You can literally go on socialblade.com and look for any YouTuber, okay? And so if we look at Chisgule, his whole Rise of Kingdoms career is about this, okay? He's always been a steady climb up with some falls like everyone else, but always a steady climb up, okay? The man averages has been doing what? Oh, he's having a very good... I think this is going to be his best month ever. I think this is going to be... He's going to break 2 mil for it. He broke here, right? Aw, okay. Here he didn't. So this could be one of his best months because of the streams and whatnot. But this gives you a perspective, okay? At a 2 million views in the last month. That's Rise of Kingdoms' biggest content creator, okay? Man's put 1,700 videos about Rise of Kingdoms, okay? Put some respect on that name, son. 64 million views generated is no joke, okay? And so chisgule slowly and steadily making his way. At the time, the king of the castle, for the record, was Legend Rhony. Legend Rhony was making content way before there was even a sponsored or anything. He was the name before the name. He was the biggest content creator for a while. And the reason he was not only his content, but the fact that he started early. And so that the algorithm was his, and chisgule took it slowly and steadily. Myself, Drago, Shinchi put some dents along the way. But chisgule truly like grabbed it from him and just took it to higher levels than he could have. Than he did. Could have probably better, but whatever. You get my point. He was the OG from the beginning. When I spoke to the agency about potentially working with Rise of Kingdoms, I asked them if they had who were the other 10. And I was like, well, obviously Rhony is one of them. He's like, of course. Rhony was the first one. We didn't even interview him. I was like, Rhony is, of course. Okay. Let's move on. Because that's 2 out of the 5 that we'll talk about. And then we'll go to today and how we got to today. Because we need the basis of all these people. And I know we've been rambling. About half an hour in. That was where I thought we would be. A little bit over. But anyway. The 3 other people are, of course, Shinchi. And Shinchi is the one I'll speak about the least. Because it's the one who I truly think there's nothing to talk about. In the sense that he just... He's doing his thing. He's always done his thing. He's always been bold. He didn't even care. He had a very tough time with people being a-holes to the fact that he doesn't necessarily speak as fluently and doesn't necessarily... he has his quirks and things, but somewhere along the way, he just got on a wave of just doing his thing, okay? He just got on a wave of doing his thing, and he was always innovating with the randomest skits and whatever the heck you can think of, truly, okay? But you can see that his career is not a bad one. It's a flat one in the sense that he's hit the 500k viewership somewhere along 2020 and very rarely dropped off of it. He had some months of pop off, but he's been consistent with his thing. You know, there's truly nothing I can say about him to teach or say something that you should imitate, because he literally just did his thing, suffered through enough bullying in this community, and outgrew the bullying and outgrew everything. Like, truly, the man is, I think that out of all the creators, he's evolved, grown, and gone through crazy things. So enough respect to the guy. He still does it. He's still a sponsor creators for years and years. I haven't had that many interactions with him. This is by far his worst month in years. I guess he posted less. I don't know what happened with him, but that's Shinchi, okay? Shinchi's always been in the background. He kind of picked up the 500,000 views a month snippet of the algo and ran with it for years, okay? In myself, I came into Rise of Kingdoms after a Lord's Mobile experience, being a content creator there. You know what? Let me go to Drago first and go back to me after, okay? Because Drago is actually more important than me. Drago came into the game, into the community's perspective, as I would say, okay, as sort of Rhony's right-hand Kraken, okay? Warrior, a guy who, right next to Rhony at the time, was just doing awesome fighting. True warrior from the beginning. And he started as a creator under the shadow of Rhony in Rhony's kingdom, in Rhony's world, and very quickly outgrew it and found his own path very, very fast. Said, you know what, I'm doing my thing. And I think that out of all the creators, Drago is the one who I would say had the most challenges to succeed. Okay? And the challenges are not here. It's not that he is stupid, bad, not entertaining, none of that. The challenges are technical knowledge and background and who you are and where you come from, right? I mean, there are content creators out there who don't even know how to turn on their camera, but they're entertainers. They don't know how to work a camera, but they know how to entertain. You know what I mean? And it's not that Drago doesn't know. What I'm saying is he had a lot of challenges, both technical, real life, family. You know, the man has a family, had a full-time job. You know, the man had to go I believe he had to go through the most struggles outside the game in order to become the content creator he is today. And out of all the creators, I think that he evolved the most, and we're gonna look at an example in a little bit, okay? And Dragothien has been the most underrated creator in terms of viewership ever, okay? He's always been cruising around this between like 100 to 300k views since I've known him, okay? He's had months like this where he'd had like pop-offs of good things going on, but he's had a hard time gaining the algorithm to send you guys the recommendations, because the challenges he had to face, like myself in certain aspects, it wasn't an easy time. The fact that he's still here, the fact that he still does it, and the fact that he's popping off, okay? Popping off is, and you can say, oh, but 300k views, chisgule does 2 million. It's not the point. He's been doing it for 4 years and he's breaking records. That's fantastic, okay? And you'll see why in a second. And then, so out of all the creators, again, if I were to categorize everybody, chisgule was the up-and-coming king. Rhony was the king who got dethroned. Shinchi was the jester of the garden, I guess, for a little while. And while some people bullied him, he embraced it and became who he is and is what he is. And for the record, usually the jester has the ability to cuss the king out without having his head popped off, so that's a good thing. And Drago was the hard worker. Drago was the guy with the heavy hammer willing to pound the steel over and over to build the swords, right? And that's what he does to today. Except that now with a little bit of things that he's learned along the way, he doesn't have to hit the hammer as hard. All he has to do is heat up the metal a little bit more. Okay? Where do I fit in? What you guys may or may not know is that my background in content goes back 14 years. I have on and off made content videos on YouTube. You'll never find them because they're all private now. But I've had about 6 or 7 YouTube channels. I covered from tech news to actual news to traveling to daily vlogging. I've done it all. My first green screen, I sewed. Okay, I took a couple of pieces of green things, sewed them together, made a little ring. I got a freaking broomstick, stuck the broomstick, put it on 2 chairs up top on 2 things, and that was my green screen. Okay, I can even show you a little bit of a snippet on how far I got. Technically, you had viral videos in Lord's Mobile Gaming, right? Yes, I still do. When I was gone, the only videos that were doing still remarkably well were some of my bigger Rise of Lord's Mobile videos. They still pull thousands of views a month, and I haven't been there, right? I can actually see if I can. Let's see if I can. I can actually show you guys, okay, how far I got technically, okay? Because my problem is I talk too much. I have a hard time condensing, and I can tell stories, but there are things that I still need to work on, okay? But technical levels, okay? Technical levels. This? That. No. This. Good. Dear Lord. Let's see your old videos. Hell no. This is how far I got technical knowledge of editing, right? This is After Effects. I got to the point where I was working as an editor, an After Effects guy, and I made this like little trailer for a company for free, kind of like as a thing for myself. And all of this, I mean, the video background music video is a background video, right? But all of this I made from zero, okay? Just keep that in mind. Oh. Just need a perspective, right? Like all of this by hand. Okay, so that's a little bit of just a little bit of a taste, just so you know. Like my background in making, I worked on short films. I have my name and credits on even a pretty decently well reputable short film. And my background technical is very strong. Camera, editing, anything you need in that perspective, I know how to do. But editing requires a touch, and here's where we are today. You becoming a disc jockey? Oh, hell no. But they were throwing a party. Today's Rise of Kingdoms content, unfortunately, throughout the years, reached a very stale situation. Why? Because the reality behind content is that it's expensive to make. Why? Because it is hard. Why? Because it takes time. To give you perspective, John Wick's videos at the time would take him easily 10 to 12 hours to edit minimum. Edit. Sitting and editing. Okay? We're not talking 10 hours of going there and coming back, sitting and editing, okay? Rendering takes forever. Moving something a little bit when the project is huge takes forever, okay? It's not easy. Redline, welcome to the membership squad yet again. Appreciate you. Editing is not easy, okay? And honestly, when you ask yourself, why am I editing? The vast majority of creators will tell you, because it's what makes money. It's what gets the views. And then Red drops 5 gifted members. I think you're the second person to ever gift members in this channel. Appreciate you. If you guys got a membership from Redline, make sure you drop them a heart in the chat. I see you, Scarface. You snuck one in. I see ya. But anyway, the thing that Wick did is impossible to do in Rise of Kingdoms. The reason it's impossible to do in Rise of Kingdoms and why Wick ultimately stopped is that you're going to spend 14 hours editing and then get 30,000 views, which is amazing, which doesn't translate into 12 hours worth of decent salary, okay? And then you get shot on for every mistake you make. And like it or not, out of the 200 comments, 4 of them were obnoxious enough to ruin your day. And so if you tell me that I spend 15 hours and then on top of that, hours upon hours engaging with the community and all that, and I do it for money, it's not worth it. Okay? Without a sponsorship, it's not worth it. And so eventually all creators who are adults are like, I have to make a living. I have to have a job. I have to do my thing. So there are those who say, I will not compromise on my quality and I will quit. And there are those who min-max, who drop down effort in order to maximize income. This, in effect, caused a scenario where nowadays Rise of Kingdoms content is, in my opinion, in the most majority of it, including myself in the last year of Rise of Kingdoms, my own perspective on me was literally min-max. Min-max. Min-max, 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 min-max. Minimum effort, most value out of the effort you can get. Okay? And that sounds like harsh, but it's not necessarily what everyone does, okay? In order to stay ahead of the curve, Chisgule had to learn to be better. Edits a lot more than he did before. He's articulating a lot more. He's cutting in the middle of sentences. That, for example, is something that Drago had issues with. Because on top of trying to, figure out his lefts and rights and wheres and wrongs and all that, because like all of us, like most of them, no experience and not even part of that field before, and no necessarily, like, you're not an IT guy, you're not in a world where you are engaged with the things you need to be engaged, where Chisgule had a slight advantage there. And now we're at the point where, how can we make min-max videos, min-max effort to gain attention, which is what YouTubers do, gain attention. That's our job. I want to go back to a few avenues of content, okay, for you guys in Rise of Kingdoms, where people are shitting the bed. Excuse me, parents, for the kids who are here. I started Osiris League casting. Chisgule started Osiris League viewing. Chisgule was the first content creator who said, I'll sit here and spectate a match on stream. Why not? Worthy Prince. Ooh. I disagree, bro. It may take ages to make a high edit quality video, but I see it more achievement in your own creative progress. People hate because they can't do it. For the record, Worthy Prince, you are also at a place where you can afford it, right? Chisgule's at that place too, for the record. Chisgule can allow himself to spend more time because theoretically, with the amounts of views his videos make, he can allow himself to justify to beyond his own creative progress to do what he does. When you have kids, when you have a family, when you have a house, when you have payments, when you have all of these things. Wasn't always though, right? I wasn't always though, right? Yeah, I agree. But I think that you, Worthy Prince, can agree with me that you also had a phase where you a little bit min-maxed and you got called out on it too. And you a little bit tried to figure out how you can get that. I mean, chat, for those of you who don't know, Worthy Prince is a Lords Mobile content creator. Great guy. Met him in real life. We shot a ad together in real life. Me, him, and Gekko Gaming too. Great guy. Awesome creator. And kind of a good example, right? Because I think you followed a little bit my footsteps to an extent in Lords Mobile. But I think that when it comes to, if you make this something that makes money, okay, then you have to be able to justify it. If it's your hobby, go wild. But if you have 15 hours for your hobby on daily videos, my man, all hail the 15-hour hobby days. You know what I mean? But it's not that way. We aren't there. Bring back the music a little bit lower. Yeah, and so let's go on for a little bit. And what ended up happening Osiris League. I reached to Lilith and I told him, Lilith, give me money to buy some production equipment and we will do this. Pay the creators who are going to cast because it's not cool if you don't. And let's do it. And they agreed, right? It's a super small budget for a company like that. And look at what it is today. I can tell you that the budget there is much bigger and the production is much better. And the guys are doing an amazing job. But that created a scenario where by streaming it live, I killed the ability of creating content. Another avenue that I am from the beginning, I was aware that for me, I'm not a big spender. I have financial commitments that are bigger than I was at the time. And for me, I min-maxed my account. Guys, for my first year in Rise of Kingdoms, I think I spent in the game less than a sixth of what one paycheck was in my first year of Rise of Kingdoms, because I was in that much of financial issues. And then I started spending more and more, but at that time I was already like marked as farmer, not worthy of views, not clickable, we come in to dislike you and leave type of things. But that was okay. Someone here said people also watch crummy chisgule videos before a better video from a smaller creator. That is not people. That is YouTube recommending it to you. You don't see it, but people get sucked into it because of YouTube. Okay? Fruit Dealer is a great example because he took kind of in the footsteps of John Wick, which is essentially what YouTube demands. Quick, fast-paced videos, cut edits, cleans, things like that. So the thing that is important to know about content creation is that the information, as you can see, this has not done jack diddly squat on screen today. Everything is me. And so in order to keep you guys entertained, ramble, but have you guys' attention, I need to every now and then drop a bomb, get you guys a little bit into suspense, build tension, build this drama, build this flow, so that as you guys are listening to me, you're listening to a story that has a beginning, middle, end. It flows, and you can just listen in the background, okay? That's what YouTube requires. But when you are watching a video, not a stream, in order to keep your eyes on the screen, there are methods and tactics that you can do. Cuts every 3 seconds, all these different things, okay? And essentially, for example, for chisgule to take that next step, he would have to input so much effort daily in order to output a video daily of that level that he would have to make enough money to be able to hire someone to help him, or else he will be editing for 15 hours every day. It's as simple, okay? Gekko, I compare you with a public speaker. Not even kidding. I did a public speaking course. Neo. I did a public speaking course in college. I really miss this. I did too. Just passing by. What up, devils? I want to show you guys kind of like the progression of a content creator. And I've spoken to the man, the myth, the legend. Him himself, okay? And I don't play usually videos of other creators on stream. Why? Because all due respect, there is X people watching the stream. If you watch his video for the first time on my stream, I stole a view from him. I stole a potential subscriber from him, which, you know, an engagement that can potentially lead to many different things on his. So I don't watch content creators on stream for that. I did ask, however, this creator to do it in order to show you what progression means and what I'm speaking of, and how this guy got as far as he's getting, and with one of the most underrated creators in our space. You know who? I think you do. Oh yeah, he might be a sponsored creator, okay? But a video like this one, you haven't seen from any creator in a fairly long time. Okay, So we're gonna watch it, and I'm also gonna critique it a little bit. I told him I would, kind of like editing things that he did that I think he could have done even better. I think he's in the chat as well. Someone tag Drago in Discord, tell him, yo, Gekko's talking about your video. Come through if he's not here. Because I told him I'd do this, but he was here. I think he got bored of my rambling, or maybe he's here. But let's watch this for a second, okay? Because this latest video by Drago is probably one of the best signs. As a viewer, you should give me something mind-blowing to click, like the button, and subscribe. The only dude that achieves that short time was Wick. Correct. I agree. So, you guys ready? Here we go.
In the K916 KVK, we have an enemy kingdom 2100, and their king messaged me saying, we're getting rid of a player who is dead weight.
What just happened here? Look at this.
In the K916 KVK, we have an enemy kingdom 2100, and their...
And then I rambled a little bit, and then I said a couple of things that are unnecessary, and really, I need to cut down to say exactly what I need to say in the beginning, or else you guys are gonna click away.
King messaged me saying, we're getting rid of a player who is dead weight, and he's a big boy. As you can see, 188 million power, 10.8 billion kill points. I thought...
Go back again real quick.
In the K916 KVK, we have an enemy king...
Monotone, exactly as he should be, introducing, okay?
Kingdom 2100, and their king messaged me saying...
And he lifts up, okay? He's building tension. You're not noticing, maybe you're noticing it, but the techniques he's using, he's building tension, even if he is not noticing it.
We're getting rid of...
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Sorry, again. Thank you, Lieutenant Hughes.
KVK, we have an enemy kingdom 2100.
Everything.
King messaged me saying, we're getting rid of...
Your city sounds like me, thank you.
Weight, and he's a big boy. As you can see, 188 million power.
Emphasizing, okay? Can hardly hear. Thank you.
10.8.
Every time.
8 billion kill points. I thought, wow. There's no way
wow.
This guy's dead.
All of these things.
Turns out, this guy is actually a...
Wow. No way, right? And all of us are like, wow, really? No way? And insta cut. Okay, video too low.
Purchased account. The original owner got all those stats, and the purchaser has decided over the last few fights in 2100 to go ahead and just kick back, lay back, do some farming, collect...
Hey, another cut. What do you know?
Gold heads, but not fight. So
hey, another cut. What do you know?
When the king of 2100 messaged me and said, hey, do you want to have this as some content? Of course.
Boom.
Of course I said yes.
Boom. Boom.
When the king of 2100 messaged me and said, hey, do you want to have this as some content? Of course I said yes.
Personally,
said yes.
There is no need for the animation. The animation took a little bit of your...
Do you want to have this as some content? Of course.
Boom. Of course I want it. You know,
of course
like,
I said yes.
Those are little things, right? I mean, a really, really good edit. I love this video. I love this video.
So here we are. We're going to go ahead and get started here.
Okay, so here we are. We're going to get started here. Why don't you just start?
This is a player, again, the guy...
Why again? I just heard you 20 seconds ago.
I bought the account who currently owns this account.
I just spent a minute, 30 seconds. You're reiterating the first 30 seconds and again, in the next 30 seconds. And again, why again?
All. Didn't fight in the level 4 pass opening in the...
Yes, didn't fight at all means he didn't fight in opening pass 4 or area. You know, like these are little things that...
Has not done anything but farm, collect gold.
It's part of who Drago is. He emphasizes and goes into the small details in order to prove his point, the knowledge he has as to why this happens, but repeats himself, right?
Old heads, and that's it. So the Kingdom of 2100 had just had enough.
What's one of the things that Drago does really well here? This, believe it or not. Every time this blinks, like it or not, your eyes will come back into it. Every time I look at the camera or a chat and that thing does whoosh, my eyes go back onto the screen. So that's another
owner of this account was a really popular player in this game and in this kingdom, and they wanted to honor that guy's memory.
All of this that you said, that's after the intro. essentially, well, as I mentioned, everything I mentioned, these guys wanted to honor him. Let's go. You know, you cut off half a minute
by basically zeroing the guy that bought his account.
But now we're going to watch a little bit.
Actually fighting in the first place. So
this part is
here we go.
awesome.
Let's go ahead and get into the actual stats as well as the actual zeroing itself. I also have all the battle reports.
That right there is hook number 2. First hook was right here. At the end of 30 seconds, you were almost clicking away.
Of course, I said yes.
Boom. Okay, I'm in again. I'm with you again. You rambled. You said something. Where's the fighting?
Get into the actual stats as well as the actual zeroing itself. I also have...
Okay.
all the battle reports.
Oh. Oh, now it gets interesting. You're building tension. He's building.
Here's the second rally that was on the city as well. Here comes the second set of rallies right now. I'm going to check the stats of this Theodore here too to show you that this Theodore has no equipment on it. And again, Theodore Saladin, not the best garrison.
All right, let's stop here for a second because we can go through, watch this through this whole video, but I was just going to go through the first 4 or 5 minutes. And first of all, check out the difference, right? This is not Drago sitting here and speaking while moving things on the screen and talking and at the same time trying. And if he fumbles, he just said, well, and then he keeps going, right? He gets to the point, he's editing. And the crazy thing, right? I planned this stream to talk about the fact that there is very little effort in content creation in Rise of Kingdoms. And literally this dude drops this video today with the most effort that should be and the most effort that should be, in my opinion, in a video. If we were to critique... To be honest, I watched the first 5 minutes of the video. I watched the first 5 minutes of the video, then skipped directly to the end for the reports. You know why? Because he lost your attention. That's why. You made it through the first 5 minutes because he built enough tension to hold you that long. And this is how I think that things... And you know, the problem with content creation, okay? I can show you an example really quickly. 1 second. You guys think I was joking when I said we're doing things differently. We're talking scripts. We're talking script reviewing on ideas. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen. Script reviewing over and over. This is edit number 4 of this specific topic. Okay. Every time you watch the video, you'll find something to fix. It is a freaking endless loop of fixes. But at some point, you got to call it a day. Okay. You want editing? I got to ask, when you cut mid-video and your face comes back in a weird place, is that not disruptive? No. It depends on how you do it and how you and what you do with it, right? That's why I said that if you didn't have the transition, it wouldn't have been disruptive. It could have been surprising. It could have been unexpected. The transition made it feel a little bit like it was it wasn't as clean, okay? It was an attempt to catch attention, which worked at 85%. It would have been 100% with a cut, which would have snapped your attention back in. Disruptive is not bad. It's disruptive to snap you in. It's disruptive because if you are not looking and something pops on the screen, you will look, okay? It's just a strategy. Now, and this is part, for the record, part of Drago evolving as a creator. Fantastic, okay? Now, let me tell you this.
Reports.
If you ask me, I would have not said a single word throughout this whole thing with the exception of 2 sentences, okay? Number 1, now, as you can see, yes, I can see, okay?
Has a Theodora on the wall, which generally is a pretty good thing.
If I'm someone who doesn't know who Theodora is why is it generally a good thing? If I know Theodora, then I don't need you to tell me. You know, all this is essentially, that part was unnecessary because it just killed the music. Listen to...
As you can see, it has a Theodora on the wall, which generally is a pretty...
These kinds of ins and outs, okay, they're good for quick, fast, one clip it thing to catch people's attention, okay? So I personally would have left
good thing. Also, I still...
This. Okay, this part I would have said, like, no, not roasting. He knows it's not roasting.
I'm scouting 1 layer of fog underneath the city.
That line builds tension. Why? Because, oh my God, wait, there's actually 2 rallies here?
There's actually 2 rallies on this city right now. The main
What do you know?
one obviously being in front of you, the Gilga Henry. This Gilga Henry put a hurting on this city. It was absolutely absurd.
At this point, I stop. You want to see it? Wait for the street. Wait for the reports at the end. Trust me, it's gonna be nasty. And you continue with the music.
He got.
It's just clip it, small things. Keep the music always in the background. And the same thing here, right? The guy is losing power. Everything is
already down 23 million power. Already down 37 million.
Why? The music is literally at its peak. It's going crazy behind you. And what you're doing? Minus 23 million power. Minus 30 million power. If you're going to say something, it's like, minus 23. Oh, minus 24. Do something with it. If you're going to kill the music, use the voice to maintain, because you built tension. You built a crazy amount. And this is for the record. Someone said here, I watched the first 5 minutes, and every time the tension is lost, it's a potential for someone to leave. At 5 minutes, whoever quit at 5 minutes and went to the end, he didn't manage to hook you back in, okay? The job of a creator is to keep you hooked, and when you get unhooked, to hook you back in. The music did that for us, though, because luckily enough for Drago, as soon as he was done talking, the music was at its peak.
The trades he got.
And so it saved it, okay? Just watch, after I say this, all these things, watch the video knowing what I'm telling you, and you'll notice what I'm saying in the way you watch the video.
Already down 23 million power. Already down 37 million power.
In the background.
Already down 40 million power.
Like, the music is for you. It's there. And then you explode on the screen. Where is the explosion sound? The music saved you. And here, this is reward for patience. Okay? When Drago said the massive thing, you got hooked. Why? Because when Drago said here the report was nuts, you kept watching and you got your reward. At 2 minutes and 48 seconds, you got your first reward from the creator, which is what he promised you, an insane report. At this point, you're like, okay, I want to know what he's promising me next.
Here's the second rally that was on the city as well.
You have the opportunity to lift this back up, right? Remember that second you guys didn't believe me there was another rally, did you? Well, I don't know whether this is another rally or another slaughter or something like. Use this as we know there is another rally now. Use the data on the screen. Like, videos are all about audio.
Here's the second rally
and what
that
you're
was
seeing.
on the city
If
as
what
well.
you're seeing and what you're hearing
Here
is
comes
the
the
same
second
thing.
set of rallies right now. I'm gonna check the stats of this Theodore here too, to show you that this Theodore has no equipment.
Okay, and what did we just talk about? We talked about a promise from the creator of something crazy with a reply with the reward that if you keep watching, you'll get your treat. This is literally a missed opportunity for another treat. Me, I would have used this and said, y'all think this is bad. When I show you the stats on this Theodora, you wouldn't believe how bad this really was. And now you're hooked. You just gave away the thing that made you chuckle while saying it.
To show you that this Theodora has no equipment.
You weren't even able to finish your sentence without chuckling. You knew that was the punch, and yet you gave it away for free. At this point,
On it. And again, Theodore Salad. I want to say it was a few months back where I talked about pretty insane. As we're looking at this video and again continuing to see this guy get zeroed down to nothing, I made a video.
All that scene, you can cut it out.
I want to say it was a few months back where I talked about zeroing.
The bottom line is somewhere in here, in this area, there is a lot of talk and a lot less of what was happening here, which was constant change, constant attention catchers. And I can promise to you, if Drago in a week or 2 or 3 looks at his analytics, he'll notice a drop here because he always sees it. And he'll probably notice that he's holding well, you guys, all the way to almost 3 minutes and 15, even a little bit over that. Because there is these reports right here, these scouts. Maybe you got to here naturally. But then at some point, it just became the same thing over and over. And you just skipped, right? It starts skipping, going like this, looking for where there's changes. So, AB the Beast with a $10 super chat. Goat is back. What up, AB the Beast? How are you? Now, I wasn't ignoring you. I saw you're becoming a member back, ESS. Appreciate you. I was in the middle of something. I wasn't going to forget. No one does what Gekko does, in my opinion. Thank you. So, all of this at the end of the day, first of all, shout out to Drago. Fantastic video. Fantastic video. And chat, don't forget, drop a like on his video. The man deserves that like. I didn't do it yet because I wanted to do it on stream, I promise. And of course, make sure you're subscribed. I don't know why my membership's all expired, but I got to get members again. Make sure you hit that like, folks. Make sure you hit that like. Believe it or not, it does help tremendously. Okay. And for the record, if you think that supporting your creator is going into his video, clicking like and leaving, don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to support a content creator, either watch the whole video or have it in the background, whatever it is, clicking like and leaving is the death of a creator. Okay. Let's finalize this hour-long rant. Hour and a half was what I had planned, with what currently exists that works and what needs to change. And that goes into the world of fleisch, because fleisch, like John Wick, came into the scene by storm. Came into the scene by storm with a crazy edit, the crazy battle arena concept, and very, 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 very hard effort videos. Very hard work. A lot of work. Why did he stop? When was the last time a battle arena video happened? When was the last time an edit happened? The reason it didn't happen is because he cannot allow himself to make it his full-time job, which is what he needs to do. And quite frankly, it's miserable. It's miserable. You gotta love it. And if you don't love it, it's miserable. And it's just like that. John Wick, you guys, it's crazy. You guys are a lot of people thought, and for good reasons, that I was hating on him, that I disliked him, that I was envious of him. And I did get envious of him. Okay? I did get envious of him. Of the fact that he has the time in his life to be able to create the content I wish I could. That's the only thing I had against, quote unquote, him, which is not against. For the record. Sorry, the music went wild. I've known Wick and he's known me longer and better than most of you guys would even know. I can tell you, you said John Wick is quit because he got busted for the refunding scam. I know that you're trolling or you're talking out of your butt. No. He quit when they busted all the scammers. Whiteouts. There's however I say your name, sorry. There is Rideout. Righteous one, that's what it's supposed to be. There is a phrase in English that goes, don't assume, because it makes an ass of you and me. And in this case, it's making you look like an ass because you're assuming that. But John Wick was quitting a lot before John Wick quit. I can tell you that I've had that conversation with him. I've had that conversation with Chisgule too. You guys probably know this by now. This is a story that's been told before. All right. So the problem is the effort is not worth it if you don't love it or you don't get paid. Either or, okay? If you're not enjoying it, you should get paid extremely well. Okay? I'm just going to tell you that right now. It is what it is. You don't do something you don't like if you don't get paid extremely well. That's all of it. Okay? That is literally all of it. It's not an assumption. I worked for Lilith for 2 years in Dublin. Okay? The fact that they busted them, I did not say that the fact that they busted them or didn't bust them was the reason. I'm saying that that was not the reason he quit. Maybe on top of the reasons he wanted to leave, that happened too. Okay? I'm not saying it did. I don't know. What I'm telling you is that I know the reasons. I know. We've spoken. I've spoken to him after. Okay? Man's not what you think. He's not a bad guy. He left for reasons that are his and his alone. And rightfully so. He's not having fun. You're not enjoying it. Having a hard time. That's that. Throw your clips to Fiverr. Ask them to watch some of your old videos. Ooh, wait, what? Will you go to 1059? What do I have in 1059? We're going back to the roots. And so, for the record, right? One of the things that bums me out about content in Rise of Kingdoms is that I used to follow other KVKs. For a very long time, I was the only creator making content about KVKs that are not my KVKs. Okay? And the way I used to do it is I used to get in touch with someone who had a cool KVK happening. I would get in touch with both sides. I would set up places where both can send me their stories, both can send me their strategies, both can give me what I need to create good content. Okay? And where was I? Wow, someone said tell this Chisgule story, quitting story. I can again, but I gotta get back again. His best video was the Rage Cap. It opened a lot of debate and discussion, made Rise of Kingdoms live at the time. But you know why? AAD. Simple. I'm asking you this once. Chat. You can lie and you can see one answer and just copy it. How many of you remember exactly the Rage Cap? And how many of you truly went to your commanders and made sure that your marches are rage maximized? How many of you? I can promise to you that less than 100th of the amount of people who saw the content, enjoyed the content, and spoke about it. The reason that happened, AAD, is because of the execution. Way Wick executed the video with editing, precision, intonation, correct data, and all that along the way. Sparkle, you did, but I'm telling you that you are an anomaly. Darren, you are an anomaly. You guys, all of you guys that said I did, you are an anomaly. And to prove my point, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of you who said I did. And there is 234 people in the chat. Okay, so that's less than 5%. Wick made his content actionable. He made his content snappy. He made his content to the point, without fluff, and with a lot of attention holding, grabbing techniques, which is fantastic. I did, but I didn't. Exactly. Not me. That's the point, okay, chat? It's really 2.4%. The amount of people who actually did something is slim to none. What he did is he made content. He made a really small, insignificant, okay, part of Rise of Kingdoms, which is rage, because you really don't know how much rage you're accumulating and how much rage you know what the maximum is and what you can make per minute, per hour, per whatever it is, per fight, per whatever the heck you want to do, but you don't really know what your current rage number is, right? We don't know. We don't have that data ever. So as much as we have that bar on the side, but you know, we're speculating. Math, we can reach the numbers through, he reached the numbers through deduction and through doing basic math in a complex math in a basic way, right? But you don't know how much rage you have. Too much technical stuff. I agree. Too much technical stuff. But again, the execution was everything. That's all. Okay. And the problem is, it got to the point where I was editing videos of KVKs, both sides telling me the stories. I'm recording and waiting for the KVK to end in order to make the video, or waiting for the fights to end to make the video, for two main reasons. Number one, I don't want to affect the KVK as a content creator. And number two, I want to have some time to edit, process, and give you a good story. As time went on, you guys fell for a trap, which is instant gratification. If I ask you, what do you prefer? Watch a stream live, or come on. Watch a live stream of a KVK, or watch a well-edited video of a KVK with all the tips, tricks, strategies, the right reports, the correct time. You're not sitting here 6 hours watching a rally until the very end to get the video, to get the 400 million report. You're watching a 10-minute video in which you see 10 minutes of the fight with a little bit of explanations, insider details, finally an awesome report, a little bit of an analysis, and you're done. Instead, now you guys are falling for instant gratification. I want to watch it live. I want to see it now. And then there is no room for more. Okay. And I noticed how when I'm streaming a KVK and then I make a video, you guys don't want to watch the video. Why? Because you know the end. So all the things along the way, they don't work because you know the end. Fleisch, as much as I have my personal dislikings of him for certain things, the worst thing that he does is essentially live stream the content, which is great because it's where the content transformed to watch live fights. Guys, chisgule never streamed his KVKs, and then he went to stream his KVK with a 20-minute delay, and now he reads chat while fighting. Okay. You can see that the need for instant gratification got to the point where content creators are compromising fights and kingdoms, okay, for content, and it sucks. Okay, the content in Rise of Kingdoms reached a point where instant gratification wins and extra effort, unless it's extreme, doesn't get recognized. Okay. With that being said, where do I see the future of Rise of Kingdoms content? I think that if it stays the way it is, chisgule will keep making the same views he makes for a long time. And that's that. We are fairly there. Okay. Well, it'll grow naturally because the game is still growing. And it'll have... There's nothing is going to bring Rise of Kingdoms to... The standard of a good creator is 1 million views. And the big creators are making 5, 6, 7, 8 million views a month. We'll never get there. Why? Because the community is... chisgule's best month is because he streamed for hours on hours to 2,000 people. Okay? It's not because he had the... On the other hand, the Mephisto story was fantastic. Why? Because the first time in chisgule's history, he walked into drama where he has nothing to lose and everything to gain. And made videos out of it. That's drama. That's drama. And storytelling. Fruit dealer. Okay, I need to catch up with a couple things he gets said. The guy said, including Drago, who said what Wick did was what I wanted to do for a long time. With you. Problem then and problem after. What he did was that the information he presented, while accurate on paper, didn't always translate to the field. Which Wick realized, however, the people didn't realize or care about that. Just want the data presented well for everyone, that everyone can make their own decisions with it. So, Drago. People come to you for answers. They don't come to you for you to tell them to think about these options and then pick. Okay? That's the big problem. That's your problem and my problem. Because the two of us are like, people, use your brains. Here is the facts. Make a decision that's best for you. And on the other hand, there are creators who will tell you this is what you do and this is what you don't do. The drama videos is madness. It's not a matter of drama, guys. It's literally creating content with people within Rise of Kingdoms. There are countless stories of hilarious, funny, different things happening in our community. And instead of creators sifting through the community to create content, we're going for, this is the new commander. If you read English, you can see that this commander does this. And if you read English, you can see that this commander does that, which is very exciting because this number right here at the end is a very big number compared to a different commander that had that exact same number in a different number. On top of that, if you go to the talent tree, well, ignore this talent tree. Clearly, all the commanders that are infantry on the field, 90% of them look like this. Honestly, go on my freaking Discord, copy and paste it, and you're good to go, right? This videos of analyzing, it's low-hanging fruit. It's the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do, chat. It's not drama. Mephisto is a story within the community. A story within the community that I brought, for the record, which was one of my better videos in terms of, wow, I did not expect that, was when I brought Stitch's idea of garrisoning cavalry. People went nuts on that video. People went nuts. The viewership on it was great, but the conversation about it was insane. I didn't come up with it. I didn't tell you what to do. I showed you a story of someone who did something and does something very well. Storytelling is creating content. And when we stop throwing content out the window for fast, instant views, and we keep ourselves at the standard of, this is the new commander. This is what it does. You can pair. All these things, make a graphic, put it somewhere, be like, yo, go to my Discord. You'll know who to pair it with, that's something that you can make in a video in 30 seconds. This is the talent tree you want for this scenario. This talent tree you want for that. This talent tree you want from that. You sent me the analytics of the video. Ooh, I'm interested if I was right. Chat. Look, can I show this? Drago, is that okay? I'm not gonna, there is no money here. There's no nothing here. Okay, I can show this, right? Is that okay? Unfortunately, spot on. I've been doing it for 14 years, my man. I know the game. I haven't been good at it, but I know the game. Not you. You. Here you go, chat. First of all, congrats on number 2. That thing's gonna go to number 1. That I can promise you within a matter of anything. But what's the thing, right? What's holding? First of all, great thumbnail makes people click. 188 million power 0 will always make someone click, which is why your impressions are good. And you know that you edited well because you managed to maintain your average view duration, which is good. The reason you did not manage to pass it is exactly what I was talking about, is that somewhere around the 5-minute mark, between 3.5 and 5 minutes, you lose your crowd. And then they're like, okay, I want to skip to see the end. Okay? So, I mean, chat. Been there, done that. It's crazy, but it's there, right? Like, it's stupid, but this is how it works. Read a little bit of the chat. RoK is a mobile game and therefore casual for many. When I only play 10 hours a week, excuse me, I'm only really looking for quick update, summary, opinions. Exactly. But at the same time, I think that you would rather get the picture of what you need and why you need over having to sit 10 minutes over a video to understand it, right? Because you don't have the time to play because you're a casual. In that case, I can give you the data you want to get without costing you time and manage to monetize on that content some way else. Extremely simple. Talent builds and commander pairings. Instead of a video, you put a post on Shorts. You put a post on TikTok. You put a picture on Instagram and get your viewers to go to Instagram and like your Instagram and enjoy that free content there where they don't need to do anything, just click on the picture. Chisgule constantly takes digs on other creators but never says their names on stream. I mean, again, Chisgule came in with a plan. He's politically correct. He's the poster boy of Rise of Kingdoms, and that's that. Unfortunately, it's a microwave viewership. It's negative for society as a whole. That's a conversation for a whole nother day, but I'm completely with you on that one. That is the beauty of Rise of Kingdom, of YouTube. There's no rule about it. Yep. Why Chisgule put a video like 20 minutes after Drago? That's intentional to take Drago's viewers, man. Exactly. First of all, no. Okay. Drago posts at the best times of YouTube, which Chisgule does too. If you're a content creator, you can very easily see what are the best times for your viewership to post, and we are all posting to the same viewership. Yes, that is a problem, because the moment Chisgule's video went out, okay, Drago's video, if Drago would be kind enough and would be okay with it, to send me, there's a graph that tells you how many views it got in the last 48 hours. I can promise to you, and it's, I think, by hour. If Chisgule posted 20 minutes later, then you wouldn't see it. But you can see in videos of mine, like when Chisgule posts 2 hours after me, my first hour was 1,000 views. My second hour was 1,500 views. My third hour, Chisgule posted 200 views, 300 views, 400 views, until everybody finishes watching Chisgule. It's just how it is. That's YouTube does it, though. That's not Chisgule's fault. I remember before you left, you were planning new content, something like Saturday with the Boys kinds of thing. I really, really want to start a podcast. I would low-key tell, yo, Drago, let's link up, figure this out, do it any time. I'll stay awake for all I care. Let's do a Saturday with the creators, like something like that. I've always wanted to do it. I'll tell you what, alone it's impossible. 2 people is very nice. 3 people with a lady in between or on the left or on the right, no judging, makes the conversation fantastic. And Devils was supposed to be one of them. Devils was the lady in the chat. I wanted to do it with Bulba, but Bulba at the time was too busy with work. Drago and Gekko. And you know what's funny? Because the thing about Drago and Gekko, what would be fun about it is that while Drago is the big fighter, big guy, go to do your thing, I'm the min-maxer guy that can tell you how to like save up and cheat here and cheat there and like squeak your money here and squeak your money there. And Drago can be the guy who's like, just drop another $100, bro. You'll be fine. And you fight like a man, you know? That would be hilarious. 4 is a round table. The problem with 4 Goku, okay, 4 plus, is that in order to do 4 plus, you either need to have rotating people, or at some point, the folks will start fighting each other naturally for mic time. And when there's too many voices, it's very, very, very hard to give everybody enough time. You know, 3 is the number of success. 3 in an hour-long podcast gives you enough time for everybody to have their space. It's not that everybody's going to speak 20 minutes, but in an hour long, you can set your main guy to speak 35 minutes, your secondary guy speaking a total of 25 minutes, and your guy that speaks the least 10 minutes here and there on the things that he says. 3 is the key, essentially, because 2 is 1v1 and 3 breaks the 1v1. Would be awesome, yeah. I wish, right, Goku? I would be totally down, okay? I think JWM drama videos I agree. The JWM drama videos got tons of views. My most donated stream that is not drinking was when there was a debacle with JWM. And for some odd reason, all the Krakens came into my chat and decided that they're going to have a donation war. And I never met Bunny before. I never knew who Bunny was, or the fact that he did not like at the time creators or whatever the heck it was. Didn't know of his existence, but I knew of Phantom dropped to 50, MF dropped money, Baba dropped money, and then all of a sudden Bunny drops $50 and he's like, what's going on here? And I'm like, who's Bunny? And everybody's like, you don't know who Bunny is? And it's no disrespect to the man, right? Rise of Kingdoms has so many constellations that I just didn't know he existed at the time, right? There are people nowadays that I have no clue who they are, who are probably insanely known players. What up, Raw? So yeah, today, not every stream is going to be talking about a subject for as long. Not every stream is going to be one subject. Some of them are going to be multi-subjects, going to be small things. For the record, same Stitch. Same Stitch from the videos that I mentioned earlier. But there are subjects that I know nothing's going on. I want to entertain you guys. I want to have a good time with you guys, chat with you guys on subjects that are cool. So in those kinds of streams, obviously, we'll do that. There'll be streams with more fights. There'll be streams with all the things along the way. Have I heard of Nephisto, though? Did you know that I am Nephisto? Or are you Nephisto? Or are we all Nephistos? All I got to say is that cow was milked fairly well. That cow was milked very, very well. And honestly, again, it all began with Drago. It all began with Drago, who brought up a community thing, and then everybody else got on board. Redline podcasts were great, then became worse. Then when they got more popular, Red was great. The other hosts went crazy. I mean, Red was calculating and knew that this could be a possibility, while the other two were like, holy shit, we're seeing success. Who would have known talking to the mic for a couple of hours and just kicking it would bring in money and viewership and fame, you know? Redline was more conditioned to it. He knew that that's what he wanted to do, and he knew that that was the result of the things. As all things should be. Waiting on the Gekko Osiris League casts. That's a rough one. That's such a rough one. Tell you why. First of all, I work Sundays, okay? So, It's not like I'm home. And at the job that I'm in, I'm like a person. I don't like to say this, but I'm an important person in the place that I'm at, in the sense that if I work from home, it's very felt. If I start working from home Sundays to cast, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, it's not going to happen. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to be able to squeeze in these playoffs a little bit of casting. I'm hoping to. I'm definitely hoping to. Might be a bit washed on Osiris League stuff. I probably am, for the record. I haven't played Osiris League in a while. Osiris League has changed so much, even active players cannot keep up. That's what it should have been. I've always said this. Osiris League was supposed to be the esports of Lilith. And if Lilith had the brain to execute at the time, Rise of Kingdoms would nowadays have a sub-game that is called Osiris League game, where you get all the commanders and everything, and you just build a team of, just rank up as a player, and you just literally make, instead of an hour-long game, a match, you make it a 30-long match, game match, which with a little bit of here's and there's, and you release that game, and all commanders are there, kind of like Osiris League playoffs, where you have everything and anything and 2 million troops, and balls to the walls. That game would be insane. Better than every other discord.gg/Gekko Gaming. I'd be the beast. I would probably do better than Rise of Kingdoms did in terms of people playing, not in terms of money. There you go. Let's forget the HTTP. Why don't we hear much criticism about Rise of Kingdoms like we used to hear 6 months ago? Listen, criticizing Rise of Kingdoms never does anything good, okay? I don't think there has been ever a human being who any situation in which criticizing worked. The only way something works is if the community gets together behind a subject that really matters, or you bring constructive feedback over, because criticizing doesn't... Listen, Adi, let me ask you this. A company created a game which has brought hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of profit, with active players out the wazoo, including some that have dropped 7 figures, content creators that have dropped 6 figures. What kind of criticism do you think, what kind of knowledge do you think you have to get there? You can make their game better. Homie, you wouldn't have any criticism without them making it. Okay? Criticizing does not really help. You know why? Because all these things you say is like, okay, go make your own mobile game. If you're this good and you can fix the game, go do it. All hail Raz. Really? What is it? Why? I'm wondering why that is. Having worked on a few podcasts, 3 is a great number. 2 co-hosts and the special guest. Correct. And usually what you want to have is technically 2 co-hosts, 1 third leg, and 1 special guest. Why? Because in weeks where a special guest is not available, the third leg will fill that extra silence, we'll call it. And when there's a special guest, the job of that third leg is to have some sort of meaningful impact to the podcast that the 2 other co-hosts cannot bring. So a good example is the Impulsive podcast by Logan Paul, right? Logan Paul and Mike Maljak are the 2 co-hosts. George is the third guy who speaks the least, and he knows that's his job. His job is to bring some entertainment, to bring the entertainment he can bring, to be quiet more when there is a guest, but to speak more and be engaged in conversation when there isn't. And for the record, if you listen to podcasts, online podcasts, for example, who's Ruz? Ruz is a player from 254 who is a very, very known player in Rise of Kingdoms, as also being on top of who he is. He's been with Chisgule forever, right-hand man of the Smash Squad crew. Ruz managed to rally the community to vote for change to overturn some unwelcome mechanics. Change. See, that's how it works. You rolled back the update hiding deads. See, but that right there is a content creator getting the people together. If you guys separately all complained, Lilith would not pay attention. If you guys come together, then it's a bigger problem. If you take a look, you can speak very low, very softly, and nobody will hear you. But if 100 people speak softly, you'll hear them no matter what, because the audio that's being made is 10 times, 100 times stronger than each individual alone. Okay? And so let's wrap this up, because I actually have to go soon. Content in Rise of Kingdoms needs to pick up. Creators need to be doing what Drago does. Improve, put in more effort, drop the amount of videos you're making, but put in the effort, or keep going. Now, honestly, I'm not saying that people are not putting in the effort, but people are taking low-hanging fruit everywhere they can, either streaming their KVKs, streaming them and hoping it's good. It's easy effort, right? I'm playing and I'm making money at the same time. I'm fighting, playing the same exact thing I would be doing, but I'm also making money. It's the lowest hanging fruit on earth. Okay? At the end of a stream, I turn off the stream. Nothing happened. I don't do anything about it, right? Nothing. How many times something crazy happened on Chisgule's stream which never became a video? A long time ago, he used to do that. Nowadays, he doesn't. And that's not because he's lazy. It's because he is doing what he is doing what is best for him. And he's the best doing it, and nobody else is challenging him to push forward. It's time to push forward, guys. It's time to do it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'll be able to make videos every single day like these guys do and edit. But I can tell you that my current plan is 2 streams a week. Hopefully, as I get better at condensing subjects, instead of an hour and a half, 2 hours, I could have done this in 30 minutes too. We'll learn how to make content out of the stream so that you guys will get a few shorts here and there, or a video that is about a part of the stream that is important for others to know. My idea is to put out 1 video a week where it's going to be not commanders and not this and not that, but rather stories, either of people, of things that I did, of all these different things. If we talk about commanders, it's not to tell you the stats and to tell you but to make you either excited for the content, for what you're getting, or you're not. It's not gonna happen. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. I want you guys to feel it, to enjoy the content, not to come here for. I'm not an information booth. Okay, I do not want to become an information booth again. Okay, so my plan is once a week, a very well executed video. Sometimes drama, sometimes random things. There is a story already in the cooking, in the oven, as you can see. Because I work and I need to be able to get this done. I script, I go to work, I take off my lunch break. During my lunch break, I go over the script, I make notes. I come back, I fix the script. 2 days of scripting, 1 day of shooting, 3 days of editing, 1 day of posting. And that's how we'll get it done. The streams will come and go. I'm hoping to do the Saturday and Wednesday streams like we used to. And in between, we'll sprinkle things as they happen. And if somehow we get an opportunity to double up on a video because something crazy fun happened that I can get, for example, Dragothien gets zeroed on a Friday night. Homie, I'm staying in and I'm home. I'm recording and I'm staying up all night editing for 15 hours, the crazy story, and posting it. If Dragothien is getting zeroed on a Sunday night at 5 a.m. where I need to work for the next week, Dragothien will get zeroed without a video. For me. All right? So I urge the creators out there to step it up. I commend publicly Drago for continually doing it from the beginning, experimenting, taking feedback, being just knowing that he wants to be better and do better. Well, it's never happened. Don't hold your breath, I guess. Community most voted RoK commander. Dragothien, the problem is it did, you know. If Wick stuck to it and went to the one video a week, if Fruit Dealer continues doing what he's doing, if more people step up to the plate, it will happen. Because you will not last, right? If you do not improve, you will not last. For the record, that is how chisgule beat Drago, beat rhony. Chisgule beat rhony and took the crown because rhony was literally, and I'm gonna imitate him, and you guys think I'm whatever. Hello everybody and welcome to Rise of Kingdom. I have today the same exact video that I had for you yesterday. The top 3 cavalry commander pairs that I use a month later. Top 5 commander pairs that I use. He ran out of content. Ah, you meant getting zeroed. Well, it never happened. It almost did. I saw the video. Anyway, the point is, if we push, it'll happen. And if you guys reward the creators who do by at least watching, by sharing the videos, by liking, by giving them not money, right? But giving them the recognition in the sense that you know that when a Fruit Dealer video comes out, you do it. No. This is your boy Legend Ronnie, he says at the end. Peace out, yo. Oh, they ended up as allies. 93 and 846. John Wicked with the $20 super chat. I think he took the biggest D of the day today. With thank you for being you super sticker. Appreciate you, John Wicked. That's very kind of you. For the record, chat, okay? If I were to say, why am I streaming? I just spent 2 hours streaming of my life. The money I made is probably around the ballpark of minimum wage in terms of ads and in terms of super chats because of you guys being so generous and 10 new members, you know. There is a little bit, there is, we'll call it money on the bone, quote unquote, for someone who does it for the money to be able to do it. There have been endless streams where I finish the stream and it's like, you just wasted time of your life, but I don't waste it. Drago doesn't waste it. At the end of the day, Chisgule doesn't waste it. It's their job. It's their job, but they're also enjoying it. And if they're not enjoying it, you will know it because you will see it on their faces. You will see it in their content. You will see it in their attitude. Thoughts on chess drama? I think that Magnus Carlsen either is a little B for losing, or he knows something we don't. And when we find out how that man cheated, it would be like, holy crap, how did Carlsen know this? Look at what the cat dragged in. What up, biker? Oh my god. Them Baba. Oh my goodness. That was not the point, Baba. Now I come out as an asshole. Now I came out as an asshole saying you guys don't pay me enough. Oh my goodness. First of all, Drago, that is insanely kind of you. That's 100 euros. That's wild. And taking the biggest D like Baba always does when with that side of the screen right there. When he is involved, he takes it. And for the record, chat, my second ever most, like, we'll call it profitable, if we talk money, okay, stream was, I believe, Baba and T Congo got at it one day on who can get the biggest D of the day. And I think Baba hit the limit on what YouTube allows you to send, or T Congo did, or something like that. And the two of them just went for a fight on who gets that stuff, that thing right there on the screen. And that was that. It was crazy. My man Baba's always been here. And, you know, just to give you... I'm muted for another day. I guess I'll chat here. Oh, that sucks. The thing that's crazy about... I completely lost my train of thought for a second. Where were we? Just so you guys can see how friendships, okay, and bonds in Rise of Kingdoms can happen. People can hate on, people can say whatever they want about Baba, but I want to remind you that at some point in time, there was a political bad situation happening here, and me and Baba got into a little bit of an altercation on stream for reasons that have nothing to do with me or him, and yet, even after all that, we talked the same day, everything was good, everything is nice, everything is fun, and here he is, you know? PayPal takes half, YouTube takes half of super chats. You should set up PayPal or Cash App. I agree. Brandon, there was a time where I had the link down below for like a donation jar for tips that go straight to PayPal. I just haven't had the time to set and fix all of that up. I know that YouTube kills you when it comes to super chats. Kills you. I think, by the way, isn't it a 70-30 split, not a 50-50? I think it's a 70-30 on super chats. I'm good. In good and bad days, we're friends. Correct. Bro, alloys. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Okay? Because you guys are cool and I like you guys, and so you guys will get the spoiler here. My topic of the stream for Saturday is actually related to that exact topic. Alloy said, I'm sorry you have to play in 93 as like kind of a jab at 93. Next stream, if there's nothing going on fun for us to do, there's also going to be a small discussion on essentially the top kingdoms in the game. What categorizes them as top kingdoms? Because there are multiple top kingdoms. There is no top 5 list, okay? There's top 5 list based on power, top 5 list based on kills, top 5 list based on deaths, top 5 list based on top population. There's top 5 list based on wins and KVKs. You can make top 5s kingdoms, okay? Every kingdom can become top kingdom in some category. That's the bottom line. But I do want to go over different categories which make a kingdom what would be a good historical kingdom, a kingdom that has put its mark in the Rise of Kingdoms game. Okay? And there are a few of those, current existing ones, old ones as well, and which kingdoms were the better kingdoms as time went on, and which ones I believe today are the better ones based on the fact that I did, before I came back to Rise of Kingdoms and to play, watch hours upon hours of either Drago or Chisgule or Redline, and actually primarily more Drago and Redline, because their communities have a lot of the big players. And their communities are a bit smaller, so the bigger players in the chat, in what they do, in their interactions with the creator, are bigger. And therefore, to know how 846 is doing, how 254 is doing, how 93 is doing, how guys like Drago, guys like Redline have a little bit of more touch on what's going on 307 due to the connections in their community and the size of their community, allowing the interactions to be more contentful rather than quick and go because there's hundreds of you here kind of thing. Drago says super chat's also easier for viewers. Correct. PayPal is an extra steps. True. And for PayPal, you gotta leave. If you're on the phone, you leave for the app. You come back. You do. You here. You there. Super chats are like click, 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 send, done. So yeah. Kingdom 556 restructure. What do you think? I think that Kingdom 556 is one of the greatest kingdoms that's existed in Rise of Kingdoms, and they're not willing, and the people who have built it are still the key people who have built it are still there and still wanting to keep it built, and therefore the restructure tells me that they're committed to their project. That's all. The other way, that for the record, a kingdom like 556 restructuring over breaking apart makes it exceptional. I just really don't like the way 93 plays. I could never play there. Their kingdom strategy is very different, and that's the beauty of this game. There's thousands of servers out there with different approaches. Do you still have JWM? No. JWM is actually, or what was the leftovers of whatever was JWM at the end, is now KM. KM56. The leader of KM56, hilariously enough, you know who he is? You remember that guy? Alpha Wolf? Wolf was someone who I considered, at least I thought, a fairly good friend when I was in JWM. He was even a mod of mine. And when the JWM drama happened, he came in here and had like a tantrum in chat where he almost like killed the stream because he just spammed the chat, and I couldn't stop him because he was spamming so quick, and he just like he threw a tantrum, and I haven't spoken to him since, right? But that's him. Just B? No. Just B is in 254, yeah. Yeah. In 254, that's right. I don't know if only him, but yeah. I heard he's there. Is it the same B, though? Great to see you back. Thank you, Luca. So next Saturday stream is going to be all about the best kingdoms, what makes a best kingdom, what makes a bad kingdom, some examples of things that are good, some things that are bad, indicators, and essentially how kingdoms last the generations and manage to remain a top kingdom, right? A place that everybody wants to be at, because there are kingdoms everybody wants to be at. A pretty solid fighter, in one of the best kingdoms in the game. Oh yeah, Alloys. Do you stay in 556 or change kingdoms? Dom Tom, I don't know yet. I need to speak with leadership in DN or leadership in I guess TN is going into KM or into Go. I wouldn't mind and even actually like to stay with 556, and maybe either if it's not DN and VC Go, like I'm okay with it. I'm glad, I'm happy to be part of it. I'd love to be part of it, honestly, for one main reason. Lol. One of the cookies is out of alliance. If I could pick, I was like, hey, where do you want to be? It would be either with my boys in TN, who I guess things are merging to some to other alliances, or with my friends from 860, which is DN, the guys from 860 that migrated here. I mean, when I was in 860, I played with like a bunch of these guys. They were DN there. If I'm not mistaken, Garnobo was even the leader of the, not of DN. I think I was in DS, or I forget where DN. I forget what the name of the alliance that I was in at the time at 860, but he was the leader of that alliance at the time. And the same goes for like the people here, right? I know Obelix, I know Zerx, Ewell, these guys, I played with all of them, right? With Renana, however you want to say them. Great guy, great person. It's been great. All these guys are fantastic. It's been a fun time. Baby Yoda at the time. Oh my lord, the things Baby Yoda used to do on the farm alliances. And you have all of it here, right? Hassan, all of these guys. I mean, Stitch. I was a douche that just disappeared on them, but I enjoyed playing with them. Oh, Lord. Did you say Faye? I wonder where Faye is. Oh, my goodness. Faye. Anyway, chat. Check 960. Faye hates you. Bro, Faye hated everybody. Faye is a story to tell. Maybe that's a story we actually should tell at some point. That lady was batshit crazy. Batshit. Like, proper crazy. Proper crazy. For the record, chat, the strongest alliance in the game obviously died because the leader just disappeared. At the time, it was JWM. But the reason it never managed to survive without him... I'm at Gekko in 860. That's right. Do I still play Infinite Galaxy? I do not. I didn't have time to sustain it too. I pretty much... I can go in and open a ton of stuff just to get for the guys to have. I stayed 556 with Foe. You know what? He's the only he's one of the main reasons why I also want to stay, because he was super nice. He invited me to 556. He helped coordinate my migration and everything. I actually even like I was on the train on the go. It was late at night when he got me into 556. He's like such a great guy, and then I just disappeared. So I personally feel that if this is my last dance in Rise of Kingdoms, let's say I'm playing only one more KVK and that's it, let's say, I do want to give one KVK like I know to do for this kingdom, which would mean night shift, 16-hour plays if we need to, be awake when everybody's asleep, all that stuff. That's the goal, to get to at least one to pay 556 for the opportunity, right? To pay them back for the opportunity and trust of allowing me to migrate into their kingdom. They allowed me in, and if I can, the bare minimum I should do is give them back, right? So wherever I can, if I end up somehow managing to get to the point where I have the commanders, right? Because I need the commanders. I don't need the equipment. If I can get to the commanders, then I would have at least one garrison ready to rock and roll. And this is 75%, so not fair. The rest of it takes a little bit, and we can get another one going real quick. As far as I'm concerned, next KVK, do you need someone on the wall 24/7 and awake? I mean, so you need to dump people. Gotta get zeroed and loot and empty all my bags of resources. I don't care. Like, you should remember that as a creator, I also had to think ahead, right? I can't clean my whole bag if I can't fill it fast enough for the next fight. So I always had to also ration because I didn't spend. Now I'm less thinking about it. If I find myself at a spot where this account cannot be played anymore, I'll just not play it. It's not my job. It's not my livelihood is not depending on it. You have Jad YSS, Xeno YSS, they're still strong. Just get Flavius. Correct. So I need to get essentially Flavius. Okay. I need to be able to unlock Flavius, which I'm hoping would be possible. And after we do that, then we can, by the time the next KVK rolls by, we can reach a point where we have the sculptures we need to max one commander. And there is a world, depending on how much is spent and depending on how it's executed, there is a world where we can try to get to maybe even 2 commanders or close enough to 2 for next KVK for sure. For 2 KVKs from now, for sure, get another one. But, you know, I'm at the mercy of the kingdom, first of all, because I need Mightiest Governor spots, which, all due respect, if you tell me, listen, you didn't do shit to get a spot, I can't say you're wrong. You know? I can't be like, but I'm a content creator, I deserve it, you know? I left and I need to earn my spot back. And either people are going to be like, yeah, we'll give you the shot, or they won't. And if they don't, I can't blame them for not. I can't blame 556 for saying, first play a KVK, gain points, gain RPK, and then you'll get whatever you want. Okay, if they say that, then that's extremely fair, right? So I'm at the mercy, right? It's what I did. It's what I said, by the way, in 2070 when I was in 2070. I was like, listen, I can get, if I can get Pakal, I will expertise him, and I can be one of those guys to do Pakal Heralds for you guys. But 2070 said at the time what is extremely fair. Prove yourself in here first before we give you something. But then 2070 imploded before that happened. 2 top 25 MGEs and you'll unlock it? Yeah, except that 225 MGEs, Itachi, is 4 months. A KVK will happen before that. 2 top 25s, that's not a big deal. Although I don't even know in 556 how they do Mightiest Governors. I don't know if their top 25s are capped or top 15, or if they capped at all, right? I have no clue how it works here. But I'm saying, in order to be able to give 100% in the upcoming KVK, that's technically what I would need. And everything else, we figure out then. But it's a matter of trust. And it doesn't... Going to watch my favorite streamer. See a Sparkle. Who is that? Who's your favorite streamer? Who started streaming? Is it Rise of Kingdom streamer at least? Nope. Nice. You know what's hilarious? Rise of Kingdoms putting out formations 4 years later. Good luck. Oh yeah, Chisgule started streaming. Starts streaming soon. That's another reason. Now's the time to leave too. Chat, listen. Is that time to go? It is. It is that time to go. Sparkle leaves. I'm leaving too. Boudica YSG Nebu is also really strong field. Boudica Prime. CSGO streamer? I used to stream CSGO. Who do you watch? Who do you watch, Sparkle? Real quick. Who is it? For the record, at some point in my YouTube career, I streamed on Twitch every day, 5 hours of CSGO. Ranged battle is just that 3 years ago. Bobby, the subscriber number doesn't necessarily matter. If viewership is good, 60,000 views, 50,000 views, 30,000 views, 20,000 views a video. When you make 300, 400, when you make 500 plus, 600 plus, 1,000 views a month, you start making a good amount of money to be able to start like figuring things out. Crossing the 1 million, 1.2, you're really at a good shape in terms of money. Okay, so it's not a matter of pushing to 100k subs. It's the subs, for the record, come with views, right? You can see that creators like Fruit Dealer puts a video for that gets 60,000 views and gets a few thousand subscribers, you know? At least tell us the story of Fade and JWM. That's a dedicated story for another day, my friend. I've been saving it for years, and I'm just gonna dump it like that. That's a story for another day. One of these soon, I guess, because it's been long enough that I think that we can open that, look back at that wound without hurting anyone. Chat. I appreciate it if some of you who dropped a like on the stream. I appreciate it if some of you who hit that subscribe before you left. If you're not a subscriber yet, if you haven't dropped a like on the stream, make sure you do. I should have been saying that all stream long, and somehow you guys hit 211 likes. You guys are amazing. That's crazy. I didn't even say it's one time. You guys just did it, which is awesome. Shout out to our 10 new members, including the 5 that Redline gifted. I think Scarface doesn't realize he has a subscription yet. He's AFK'd in the chat or listening in the background or something like that, and he was given a subscription and I don't think he even noticed it yet. Here's something for the Flavius Fund. I gotta retire that Theo. Riffin, you're the man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. For the record, You see that red marker that says Baba with 100 euros? It's just gonna get dumped back into the game. You know, like that's essentially how we're gonna do it. And yeah, those endless possibilities. Formations and other changes made me really nervous for the future of Rise of Kingdoms. I agree. The formations are gonna change the way Rise of Kingdoms is played fundamentally, and it's a mechanic that's gonna be hard to disseminate into Rise of Kingdoms, because formations require there to be different types of troops, or else the formations are fairly useless. Okay, but when we run one single type of troop marches, because we only have 2 commanders we can use per march, which means we have a minimal ability on mix matching, and we don't have any commander that says mix matching is good. Commander that says mix matching is okay. It's a problem. You Max Joan? Yep. He's maxed out. He is maxed out. So is my Scipio. If anything, I'd probably get him done over her. So formation is no use with simplified graphics. I agree. I'm concerned about formations. It might ruin the game. Nothing ever ruins the game. It will change the game. Whether it'll be for better or worse, will TBD, right? Epic one. Hi, Joan. Are you troll? Are you troll? Abysmal. Are you troll? Hasta. What do I think they gave a buff from different formations? Like one could give attack buff, another one could give a defense buff. Then everybody would take the one that does the best and you keep using it, and there is no trade-off, right? Because if they're both the same, then they're useless. One has to be stronger than the other. And in that case, everybody will go for the stronger one. And then there is no choice. So for formations to make sense, you'd have to have 3 types of troops or 2 types of troops, and then each formation causes a completely different thing. For the record, Lord's Mobile works like that. Lord's Mobile rallies, okay, are, hey, rally up, 224. 224, no, because it's not 224. It's 244 or 532 or 64 or 640 or whatever it is. Infantry, cavalry, archers. If I tell you 244, it means 20% of your march. 20% of your march is infantry, 40% is cavalry, and 40% is archers. And then the formation you're using is a formation that puts infantry, let's say, at the front, who should die, who hold the fort, and 20% of it is enough to get your archers, which are 40%, defended well enough for you to do the damage. 433, yeah, my math went crazy. 433. Standard. 433 is the standard, I think, right? Isn't it 433? Like and it's crazy because the same guy can launch 2 different rallies against the same guy. One of them be completely successful and bonkers, and the same marches in a different formation. And that guy used 552, 550. We need 442. Did that guy use 512? Yeah, that means we need 667. I'm just throwing it out there. But when you became a great Lord's Mobile player, you knew what's the ratios in the building you're hitting, what ratios do you need to be hitting, what formations do you need. It made the game so much better when they introduced formations. I was there when they did. It made the game so much better. It was mind-blowingly better. Okay, it totally revolutionized the game. That was because they, prior to that, worked the ground and made sure to prepare the ground by making it the meta thing to do to send multi-types of troops marches. Okay, for this to work, Lilith cannot just be like, hey, here's a new mechanic that changes everything you know about Rise of Kingdoms. It's a recipe for a lot of disaster. They need to the trickling, the things that slowly and steadily would work. The talents for accounts is a fantastic thing, Misty. Fantastic thing. But we're gonna talk about that update in a video or something like that, because Gekko rants and opinions and thoughts, one take videos where I tell you guys what I'm thinking, uncensored, unfiltered, raw, is also something we'll do. Music, bro, did it stop? I actually need to go. I actually have to go. You know what's hilarious, chat? My dad lands. He's coming back from Spain. My dad lands in 20 minutes, and I'm supposed to go pick him up. I live an hour away. I live an hour away from the airport. My plan was an hour and a half stream where we talk about the state of Rise of Kingdoms content, and that's that. We've been here for 3 hours because I'm just having so much fun with you guys. I'm gonna get so much trouble. I'm gonna get yelled at. It's crazy. And it's not like I can just leave. I still need to pack. I still need to do a couple of things and then go. So chat, I gotta go. I just realized what time it is. I have to go. I forgot that I also pushed the stream back a half an hour. He is gonna Sorry, Dad. I'm already gonna say that. He is gonna kill me. So let's wrap it up. Chat, again, thank you very much for dropping the likes, subscribing. Shout out to all the new members we have. Shout out to my man Baba. Biggest wiener of the day, biggest D of the day with that bomb. And you know what's hilarious? Last thing I gotta say, the thing I love about YouTube is that the donations are in native currency. So you can see Baba sent me 100 euros. Baba usually does that, okay? But when he donates, it's usually the $50, $100, whatever it is, at those numbers. But the thing right here, translated into USD, okay? And so you understand how crazy things changed in the last 8 months. Last time Baba donated here, the number down on that side was $127 because the euro was so much stronger. How crazy the world is. When I looked at the thing to say thank you to Baba for the generous donation, I look and it says $98. That's how crazy the world changed. That the economy reached a point where 100 euros is less than $100. Wild. Anyway, chat, thank you again. See you Saturday. No video this week, as I recorded a video yesterday and told myself I am not going to record post for the sake of posting. It was late. I would have just posted for posting. Never gonna happen again. I could have streamed yesterday. Did not stream because it would have been streaming for streaming. I was stressed. I had work. I was not prepared. It's not gonna happen again. From here on out, when you get content here, it's because I want to make it, because I feel like making it. It's because I want to put everything I can into it. And I'm not going to do it because I feel the obligation to, or because of anything else. And hopefully it'll work. Chat, take care. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And thank you for all the love and all the support. We're closing slowly and steadily onto our all-time record of members, which is just wild. I don't deserve this. Chat, take care. Have a good one. Peace. Yeah, bye. Or how do you turn off a stream? How is it on earth that you're doing this for 14 years and you don't know how to turn off a